Hi everyone, how are you guys doing today? It's Tuesday, I'm doing very well. And I am coming today with this short video because I have received a very interesting question in our support group yesterday. And I'm going to read this question to you. And I think this is very important that we discuss this because I believe, and I know from my experience, that so many people feel the same about their healing journeys. So the question goes, and I have my phone right here, I'm reading off the phone. I am finally at the place where I can feel my relationship with food begging to be healed. One of my biggest problems is that anytime I read about this or think of addressing it, I get anxious and I start to eat. I just really struggle. So I am taking things slowly and trying to listen to myself. I wanted to thank you for being here as I start that journey. So I wanted to thank the participant here for sending that message and with that person's permission, I am sharing this with you because it's super important to discuss this. So when we feel that there is something in us that needs healing, not fixing, this is very important that this person said healing, not fixing. When we feel there's something in us that needs to be seen, needs to be healed, needs to be embraced and loved, and we feel that anxiety raising up in us, it can actually be a good sign. And I tell it to each and every client out there that is coming to me for their metaphysical anatomy healing sessions with me. Anxiety, that little bit of nervousness, that emotional buildup, and everybody feels it different in the body, but this is actually a good sign. And this is why when we have part in ourselves that gets safety from a behavior or a thing that we're trying to heal, let's say it's a coping mechanism that no longer serves us, when that part of us notices that we are wanting to then heal that behavior or that pattern in us that is no longer serving us. In this case, this is the eating behavior. That part that is getting safety from having food at hand and getting emotional resources from the food now feels seen and exposed. And why is it a good sign to have that little part of us feel a little anxious and nervous about us wanting to heal? It is because we have noticed that part. That part feels seen and noticed. And what that means, now we have access to that part, a direct path for us to heal it. Hi, Veronica. So what that means is when you feel anxious about healing, know that this is a confirmation that the part of you that was hidden, that the part of you that was making you do a certain behavior now raises up to the surface and you start to have a connection with that part of you. That means healing can occur, that a shift is right there at the doorstep. You don't have to do a lot of work now that you see that part in order to shift it. The anxiety that you feel in yourself and a little bit of anxiousness is it's almost like a power struggle or friction between the part of you that wants to be healed and the part of you that really wants to hold on to the negative behavior or coping mechanism strategy that you were holding on to for safety. That part of you that always had a safety of a negative behavior that now you see negatively doesn't know whether or not it's going to feel safe right after healing. It feels like it's going to lose something. During the healing process together, when we're doing the metaphysical anatomy session when you're doing it with me, we recover the emotional resource that that part of you needs to feel at the moment of stress, whether it has been getting that from an outside behavior, a substance, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship with food. Maybe you have noticed that you are codependent in relationships. Maybe you have noticed that you have relationships with narcissists out there, that your boundaries, but you're not assessing your own boundaries, and you feel that you need to heal it. You feel this anxiety raising up. Maybe it is a physical pain that you have. For example, in my case, when I was working on with Vet Rose, the author of Metaphysical Anatomy, on my hip problem that I had for years, nothing was helping. Right before I sat down with her and we worked on this hip problem, I felt anxious. I knew something is going to shift, and the benefit I was getting from holding on to the pain is going to be gone. And at that moment, you are not sure. But I am here to tell you that there is an emotional resource that has been suppressed in you that you do not have a direct access to, but you didn't lose it. It's still in you. You still have it. You just temporarily forgotten because of past trauma. Now the part of you that gets safety in that moment of not having that resource gets that safety from, let's say, food, from certain behavior. For many of us, that could be something we no longer want to do, let's say lying, or playing it small, staying hidden, or perhaps getting safety from relationships and other people, not being able to really feel our own worthiness. Empaths out there, people who are very sensitive, caring, bleeding hearts. Guys, I know you're out there, and I know you're watching, because I used to be you. I used to give, and get my safety from being appreciated because I was giving. I spent myself so much that I was not able to stay awake after 3 p.m. There has been a time in my life where I have been tired like that. So I know how you feel. And if you feel anxious about healing that part of you that gets safety from that now negative and detrimental behavior, know that I know how you feel. And also know as a confirmation, as Veronica here said, a confirmation that there is something to be shifted and healed. This is actually a good sign. You know that now you have access to the part of you that needs to be healed, needs to be, maybe the word needs to is a little negative and implies an attack, but it requires your presence with it, to see it for what it is and love it. And know that it has kept you safe for so long. And now you are looking for a way to keep yourself safe in a harmonious way that really helps you move forward in life, doesn't hinder you, doesn't stifle you anymore, and it's not a detriment anymore. So I hope this helps. I hope this gives you a little bit of hope. And I hope this makes your anxiety something that you don't want to attack anymore. Spend time with it. Be playful. Pretend that it has a voice. What would it say to you? Is it a part of you that really needs you to be with it? Maybe even sing to it. Pretend that you're holding it close. Let it know you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. I am looking for a better way for both of us to feel safe and move forward in life in a way that serves us both. It needs to know that you're not abandoning it, but also that there is a better way. You don't even have to know what it is at the beginning of a healing journey. Just knowing and believing and feeling that there can be a better way for you is enough at the beginning. If you have any more questions, I am here to answer. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. And I wish you a happy and fantastic Tuesday. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.